Yeah, James.
Jose, just how important is tomorrow night's game an opportunity to win the group if you do get the victory tomorrow night?
Yeah, if before the first match you tell us that in the last match we are qualified and we have that in the pocket and we have the chance to play to win it and to be first in the group, I would say immediately yes. So we did our job, could do better, but could be worse. We did our job to qualify in the first 5 matches, and now in one game at home and with 2,000 fans behind us, we have the chance to play one game to try to win the group. Is that fundamental? I don't think it is. I don't think we should be afraid of play against any team in the next phase. But of course, normally the teams that win groups are the best teams. So if we can avoid them in the next draw, I think would be an advantage.
Okay, we'll go to Dave Heitner. Dave, where are you?
Hi, Jose.
Hello.
Jose, it's a question about Hugo Lloris. Can you tell us what happened last week with Hugo? There was a point on Friday where I think we all expected him not to play against Arsenal. Can you just run through what happened? And also, do you have any sort of thoughts on the COVID testing procedures at the moment? Thanks.
I don't know why you thought that Hugo was not playing the game on Sunday. We didn't say anything. In my press conference, I was not even asked specifically if I'm not wrong, and I don't know why you thought that he could be not playing. We had doubts with many players. We had players with problems. To be honest, Hugo, and then Sergio Aurier had a little issue too. Toby Alderweireld, he was coming from a muscular injury, and we all know how dangerous it is. For example, our opponent Thomas couldn't finish the game last week. I think Soyuncu also had a problem. So Toby was a doubt. Reguilon was a doubt. Tanguy was a doubt. We had problems that I didn't want to bring them all to this table because I didn't want to give the idea of we were a little bit in doubts with so many players. So we had a little problem with lots of people, but we never thought that Hugo was not ready to play. Joe Hart was ready to play in case of Hugo couldn't, but we were always expecting to be ready to play. And you asked me something about the process of the testing. I don't know. I just know that every week we test twice, one for UEFA and one for the Premier League. We do it in the same day. We do it one before training, and then we queue for the second test after training. We wait for the results, and that's it.
Okay, we'll go to Jonathan Veal. Jonathan.
Hi there, Jose.
Hey, John.
We've just seen training footage and we didn't see Serge Aurier or Pierre. Are those two injured and will they miss the game tomorrow? And what is Tanguy fit?
Serge missed the game, yes, because he had that problem before Arsenal, and he's still not completely recovered. Of course, he had a reaction from the game. Pierre, no problems. Pierre, just the fact that he's playing every match. He played last week 3 matches of 90 minutes. He played Thursday also in Austria, and he played against Arsenal again. And now is his time, because we always try to give one rest to one or another player, and this time was for him. And Tanguy, yes, he was a doubt until the last almost minute before Arsenal, and of course now it's 3-4 days after, he's okay.
Okay, Ellie Gold, just unmuting you.
Hello, Jose. I also noticed Eric Lamela wasn't out there. Are you starting to get a little bit concerned or frustrated about the time he's been out with this injury?
Yeah, but he came out to the pitch after the cameras left. He was just doing some work in the gym during that period. We had cameras, but I have nothing to hide. After that, he came to the pitch, and he starting training progressively. So yes, of course, I was worried. Of course, we need every option available, but now for this difficult month, and also January is not going to be easy at all, with so many matches and so many competitions. I hopefully Lamela will be back for that.
Okay, George Cummins. George, just unmuted.
Thank you. Hello, Jose. I know you've had some great strikers before, but I just wondered, in terms of work rate, Harry and Sonny, do they work the hardest out of all the strikers you've ever had? Because you call them animals on Sunday.
Yeah, I had some. Of course, I had amazing strikers in every club I've been, but the reality is that some of them are pure goal scorers, and others, they do much more than that. And of course, I had guys like that, but with the qualities that Harry and Sonny have, and as you say, what they do for the team, and then they become second after the team, they are very special.
Okay, Matt Law.
Hi, Jose. We know now that Manchester United will be joining you in the Europa League after the group stages. I just wondered what you thought about that, and also how proud are you of your own record? That I think I'm right in saying you've never failed to get through the group stages of the Champions League with the club.
Yeah, I'm happy with the record, because the record meant that my clubs, they were always in a position of progressing, and economically, of course, important, but not just economically, also for the prestige. Sometimes more difficult than others. For example, at United, when we lost at home against Juventus, we had to go to Turin and win there to then qualify in a very difficult group, also with Valencia. And of course now Manchester United become one of the top favorites to win the competition. The teams that drop from the Champions League are always strong teams, are teams that normally they don't belong to that level of the Europa League competition. And of course Manchester United is one of the top teams. The group was very hard. Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester, Leipzig. The group was, of course, very hard, and we all knew it. That was not going to be easy for any one of them, and we all knew it that from that group, a top team would drop to Europa League.
Okay, we've got time for two more, so we'll go with Carve and we'll finish with Matt Barlow. Carve, you're up first.
Jose, I just wanted to ask you about what happened in Paris last night, what your reaction was to those events, and also if Spurs were involved in something similar, would you support you and your coaching staff leaving the field of play?
It's a very sad situation, and every form of racism has to be fight. Is never accepted. I'm very sad. Of course, I'm very sad because we don't want that in football. I personally know the referee, not the fourth official, the referee, Ovidio Atakan. Good, very good guy, very good referee. To be involved, not directly, indirectly, in a game that will become quiet, iconic, is not a nice thing. The fourth official, only him can express his feelings. Of course, he made an unacceptable mistake, but only him can open his heart, apologize, and accept the consequences. But probably is also a very good referee. But everyone in football and in society, we have our responsibilities in relation to this situation, and if we make mistakes, we have to accept the responsibilities. But more important than that for me is that that game become quite iconic. Champions League game to stop after 15 minutes for a very sad reason will become iconic, and hopefully in the future never happens again. But yes, as a football guy, I'm very, very sorry that in my industry that situation happened.
Okay, I'm going to finish with Matt Barlow. Matt.
Hello, Jose. If I can, just I'd like to raise a couple of points. You've always said in the past that you disagree with the idea of Champions League teams finishing third and dropping into your competition. Can you explain why? Is it simply a point of principle?
It's a point of principle, and if it happened to my team, I would feel exactly the same. It is the way it is, and honestly brings more quality to the competition. We cannot forget that. When you have 8 new teams in the competition, and 8 teams that belong to another level, and they drop to the Europa League, of course the level of the competition is going to improve, no doubts. And when the quality improves, the attention improves, and is a good thing for the competition. But by the sports point of view is where I think is not fair that a team that doesn't succeed in one competition drops to another. Is the same thing as imagine the third team in Europa League. Now there is another competition, and the third in Europa League, instead of finish, goes to a third competition in the hierarchy in European football. It's just a principle. I think when in football, when for some reason we don't succeed, unlucky next season. But it is the way it is, and it's not a problem for me.
Did you mind if
Very much.
raise?
Well, I'll let you ask it again. Go on, if you need a follow-up.
Thank you, Simon. I just wanted to go back to last week, Jose, if I may. You said after the game last week, some of your players you thought didn't have the right attitude towards this competition. And I wondered if you had a chance to speak to them about that, if you had any assurances that was about to change, or any concerns that it may be the case tomorrow.
I think they will, from my experience, they will face this competition seriously with the progression to the knockout phase. But the overall feeling is that in a group of 6 matches, we are going to qualify. We can lose 1 match or 2, or we can draw 2 or 3. We are going always to qualify because we are a team with good potential for this group, and I think that puts the focus and the energy more in the Premier League than in the Europa League, and I think this is what happened. At the same time, maybe there is a sense of some of the players, they think I'm playing this match, but I should be playing against Arsenal or I should be playing against Chelsea, and instead of face the game really professionally and saying this is my game, this is the game I have to perform, I think there is a little bit of relaxation, but in the end no drama, because we did good enough to qualify, and hopefully tomorrow we do well to win the game and to finish first.
Right, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.